Welcome to the heterochroMEDIA podcast. It's Drunk Ambiance. I used to introduce this channel as being the matchmaker of the oddest double features. We're just drunk ambiance at this rate. Let's be honest, guys.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I mean,
Which is ironic because we actually have not been drinking for this episode.
No,
I have not drunk
yet.
with alcohol since last night.
No, because since last night.
Yeah.
You haven't made the 24 hours yet.
Well,
Well,
it
the
was
weekend.
it was a day that ended in Y, so I don't
Drinking days are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes Thursday.
know. And occasionally Tuesday.
Sometimes on Wednesday you gotta get.
Monday's usually not a good
Monday
day.
I'm usually
It's
pretty
12
good.
o'clock somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is true.
So, it's the end of 2023 and it's been a year.
It was one of the years of all time.
I forgot a lot of it, honestly.
It kind of passed in a blur, if I'm being real. Like, this entire month has just gone by like that.
Oh yeah, the past 2 months have
Overall.
been wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it'd be fun that we join together on the holidays to discuss the best of 2023. No negative. We're gonna try our hardest not to be negative.
Yeah, we gotta be positive going into New Year. you know?
There were some good things, right?
Yeah.
There's some things
Yeah,
worth saving.
There were some decent media around.
You just gotta find it.
Yeah. But only in the world of media. Everything else in the world kind of sucked, but you know.
Yeah.
But that's why we have the media.
Yeah.
So what happens when the media sucks?
You
I can't
can't
say that!
say
I can't say
that!
that! I can't say that! I'm sorry.
Cut that out! Well, don't worry, we'll catch you in post.
We'll get you to post. It'll be
Oh.
fine.
In Minecraft.
It's safe. When you say Minecraft, it's automatically better.
Yeah, that automatically.
Yeah.
You can say the most heinous thing. You put in Minecraft at the end of it. It's all good.
Have you seen what happened to the My Immortal episodes?
I remember watching or listening to them when they came out.
Instant age restriction.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. So not the first, last time this channel will.
Do we have any episodes that haven't been age restricted?
There's the other
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
That's
Everything else we've
surprising.
talked about in every other episode.
Look, I was trapped in a basement with a mogwai and an otter and a pony. It was a thing.
It was a thing.
Yeah, it's far greater than this.
And you guys just reviewed the first Hunger Games.
Well, that one was far more mellow. That was a fun
Yeah.
discussion. That wasn't pain.
You know, I didn't realize how dumb the districts were until you guys were going through them, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. 3 different districts for agriculture, and they're all specified as agriculture.
You need a lot of plants.
Wait, well, it's like grain, cattle, and then agriculture.
I didn't remember that.
Those
Oh
are
my
called
God.
synonyms.
She's like, I need to think of some more.
Literally,
Plants.
she was. Yeah, it was a thing. But we were sitting down, we're brainstorming. I think we have a few things to discuss.
Yeah, we got enough.
So, yeah, who wants to go first? Reminiscing on how swell of a year this was.
I was about to say, I can't even remember what I
There's
said.
just a
I'm
list
looking
here.
I can start with a classic.
Do we want to like do one and then switch to the next person?
I think that sounds good. So
Yeah,
someone-
that way
not that I'll be
nobody's talking for
like-
like 45 minutes.
That's
Yeah.
not exciting.
All right,
All right.
go ahead and start.
I'm gonna start at the end of the year when the highly anticipated Five Nights at Freddy's came out. Finally, I've been waiting for 10 years for this movie, and I saw it the day before opening night because I got those tickets immediately when they came out. And my only critique on it is honestly it needed more gore, and
Was
that's
there at least some gore, or was it?
they show it makes me mad because in one scene, shocker, someone gets bitten in half by an animatronic. That happens.
Is that the Bite 87?
No, it's not. It's the 2000s in this. But they show the shadow of it. You don't see any of it,
Oh, that's lame.
and it's lame. And then like the freaking cupcake eats people's faces, but then you see like you hear the noise, and then you just see a cupcake on a face. It's just like
Is that the bite of 87?
no.
So there was no Bite of 87 this movie.
Well, this is after the Bite of '87,
okay.
so it takes place
Did
in the early
they
2000s.
reference the Bite 87?
No.
Wow.
Well, maybe that's because they didn't have Markiplier. They
It's
had
like the
to
one
have
thing I know
Markiplier
about
say it.
FNAF is the Bite of 87.
Well, that's because Markiplier's off, probably making a far superior video game adaptation.
Yeah.
Yeah, have we heard any updates on that one?
I think it's supposed to come out soon.
Well, I know-
I think it's like all like the
Is it
filming.
like actually going to be in theaters, or is it like
I think it is.
YouTube?
I hope
movie?
it is. Oh,
Wow.
yes.
I think he said it's in theaters too.
Oh,
On a live live stream or something. But apparently he was asked to be in the movie as the security guard that Bates replaced, but he was filming Iron Lung.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, that was the deal.
So Scott said if there's a second movie that he'll come back to him.
You think there's gonna be a second film?
There could be. I mean, this one got pretty well received by some fans. Okay, some of y'all fans of Five Nights at Freddy's need to chill and just let it be. The timeline, it's screwed up. We all know this. Like, there's 3 different timelines, pretty much. Just deal with it.
Brother said that the tone wasn't. He wasn't a fan of the tone of the movie.
Oh, the tone. Security Breach is completely different from the OG games. Yet Security Breach still has good moments. You know, it was not a horror film though.
Yeah.
It was more so like an action adventure.
So it was like a thriller kind of.
Like a thriller, like I don't know. It could have been scarier, but the animatronics look really good because the Jim Henson Company did it.
Oh, that's cool.
And Josh Hutcherson is now
love a good Jim
back
Henson.
in style. If you know the whistle edit meme, you know it.
We're gonna cut to the meme here.
I have to figure out the meme is first.
Oh, you haven't seen the whistle meme? Okay, we'll show you that later.
Yeah.
More on that later.
Can you blow my whistle, baby, let me know.
But yeah, overall, I was pretty happy with it because it could have been a lot worse. It really could have.
Yeah, it's always tricky with video game movies because there's definitely a stigma of they tend to be bad.
They really do. Okay, but Matthew Lillard, William Afton, he was the best. He was the best part of that whole movie. Springtrap, when Springtrap came out, I freaked out. I freak out every time I see him.
Okay,
I don't like
use that term. I was worried you were
No,
going to
she
say something else.
I was going to.
second-guessing her words. You can see on her face she's going through all these expletives and horrible things.
The editor thanks you.
Listen, William Afton, horrible guy, great character, and that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
I think that's done. I don't really know how to talk about things.
No, I think that works. Yeah.
You're the expert of FNAF. I can't input anything.
I am.
All right, read out.
Well, so you saved your funds to go get pre-screening tickets. Well, I saved my funds to see pre-screen tickets for art! Real art! By real art, I mean I sat in a theater for 3 hours while everybody breathed on the back of my neck.
What were you watching?
Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah,
we were there.
You were there for that one.
Yeah, that was an experience.
For the
It
last
was.
hour, I was just like, come on.
Really was.
We saw the explosion. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that was
It was a thing that happened.
It was good.
It was good. It was. I don't know if it needed to be that long.
No.
I don't know.
Oh, look, I was just more ranting more about the theater experience, not the movie itself. If you want, for those that know, you know I didn't like my theater experience for Oppenheimer. I've made it well known on other channels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, I was super hyped. When I realized that Christopher Nolan was going to be making the biopic of J. Robert Oppenheimer, I guess you want to say the father of the atomic bomb. I knew that this couldn't fail.
Yeah.
Now, did I know it would actually be really good is a different story. I knew it would be competent, but would it be, it's passable, or was it actually going to be genuinely rememberable? History, we'll yet to see that. But, nope, I was super hyped. It was really the only movie I was focusing on all year. I'm like, that's it. There was no other movie I was hyped for. I did go see a few other movies, but this was the one. I'm like, this is it.
Yep.
You, us, we're going. Well, it wasn't a midnight screen. It was like an 8 p.m. version. I don't know. They take away the fun of like the premiere stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
Because instead of it being like midnight, now it's like 7 o'clock. We'll do it the day before.
I saw Five Nights at Freddy's like 6:30.
Yeah. Well, what's a release date? That.
You don't need to stay up late anymore and get hyped about it.
Nah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went in. We saw it. I enjoyed 2/3 of it, and I still stick to my claim of I enjoyed 2/3 of it. Everything depicting what happened at Los Alamos is fantastic. Blows what Fat Man and Little Boy did in 1988. That movie That movie got problems.
I haven't seen that one.
Got problems that Paul Newman cannot save.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so the timeline is in far more sequential order, which is crazy that I'm saying that, considering this movie is not done in a non-linear order.
Yeah.
So let that sink in on how bad Fat Man and Little Boy did the timeline.
Oof.
Yeah. That this was more correct, even though it was told out of time. So all the sequences of Los Alamos, I get the set, the freaking set for Los Alamos. They basically just rebuilt Los Alamos. It's crazy. The atomic bomb sequence was everything get lived up to and more.
So good.
Yeah. I had somebody that weirdly said somebody talked to me after seeing her like, well, I was bombed. They didn't show the bomb go off, and I'm like,
Huh?
what are you talking about? I was there. I didn't see the Trinity test, but I saw the depiction of the Trinity test. It was just everybody gasping, and there was no picture or anything. And I figured, yeah, we were having two very different realities.
Yeah.
Like, where did you see it?
I guess because there was no immediate sound response. No, you didn't hear the sound. There was the delayed, for the sound, which is historically correct.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it turns out light moves faster than sound.
Yeah, funny about that.
Who would have known?
So yeah, I enjoyed all the Los Alamos sequences, everything I could have hoped for and more. Was not expecting that it was going to be some political thriller, and not just that it was going to be a political thriller. It was going to be a political thriller within a political thriller.
Yeah, they really made Oppenheimer look like a whore.
Get that crybaby out of here.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Also, can we talk about the choice to use that line in that scene in the first 15 minutes of the movie?
It's insane.
What did they mean by this? What were they thinking? I don't.
Well, there's also my favorite line in the whole movie. We have the one advantage the United States has over the Germans: anti-Semitism.
Yep.
It makes more sense in context. But no, I thought it was. I enjoyed 2/3 of the film. I think the last third got very Nolan.
Yeah.
It got Nolan
That's
for
fair.
Nolan's sake. I think that maybe upon rewatches, I will enjoy the latter third, because now I am a bit more aware of what Nolan was setting out to do. I still think he could have had a nice bookend to open and close the movie about Strauss, and then we delve into Oppenheimer. I really don't feel we had to keep cutting to Strauss and Oppenheimer's both of their inquiries over and over and over.
Mm.
So I know everybody's like, yeah, but it's artsy. Yeah, it doesn't mean it necessarily makes sense. And I'm a historian, and I like my things in sequential order. Sorry, that's how my brain works. You must have a beginning, middle, and end. I'm okay with non-linear stuff, but I can't have two layers of it. And that was one too many layers of non-sequential order for me.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. So I think I probably would have enjoyed it more if it was we opened about Strauss and everybody's basically getting on Strauss for what he did to Oppenheimer, and then we can cut back between Strauss claiming what he's doing with Oppenheimer and this and that.
Now, what do you know about? Because Strauss, I'm not familiar with at all. Was he as unlikable IRL as he was in the movie?
I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't gotten that part yet in American Prometheus. I'm
I
still
feel like
reading
I
it. It's
heard
800
it.
pages, guys.
How many pages in are you?
Holy.
Maybe 150.
You need like a nice long plane ride or something.
I need a nice plane. Probably could just read it next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to read it so I can give, because I'd like to do a proper review someday, so I can break down. But I enjoyed Oppenheimer. It's just too much non-sequential order. I can't do multiple layers of non-sequential order. One layer is fine, but
Yeah.
there's a reason I'm not a big fan of Inception or Tenet.
That is.
But to be fair, a lot of people are not a fan of Tenet, from I've heard.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that one either.
I don't
Actually,
know.
I've never
I
seen
don't-
Inception either.
I've seen Inception.
I feel like I've seen Inception
No, I've
through
seen
like cultural
Interstellar.
osmosis, and that it's been riffed so many
Yeah.
times that I kind of sort of know what happened. But
So that's Oppenheimer. Still really enjoy it. Highly recommend it if you could endure 3 hours.
Cool.
Which, considering the run time of most movies nowadays,
yeah,
worse.
Movies have been kind of trending longer lately.
Please stop that.
What, you don't want to see like a 7-hour cut of Napoleon?
There's a reason Napoleon's not in the best of.
Got him.
Also, because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But
I have not heard anything.
I've heard terrible things.
Yeah, I've heard nothing
both
good.
on the cinematic end of things and the historical end of things, which is not good.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be historically inaccurate, at the very least, just make a good film. And
For real.
apparently Scott can't do that. But this is Happy Thoughts. So, Connor.
All right, yeah, we're staying positive. So first up on my list here is Golden Kamuy, which is an anime. And season 4, I think it was season 4, came out this year. It's great. It is probably my favorite anime of all time. Because every now and then you're watching a show, right? And it's not just like, this show was made for people like me. It's like, no, this show was made specifically for me in particular. Everything about the show, the pacing, the comedy, the setting, everything about it's just great. The characters are awesome. Basically, for the plot of the show, is essentially, it's set in Japan right after the Russo-Japanese War, and it follows a veteran of that war, Immortal Sugimoto, and an Ainu girl named Ashirpa. So the Ainu are actually like an ethnic group in Japan that like most people don't know about because everybody seems to think Japan's just Japanese, but they live up in the northern part of the country, and basically her dad and some other Ainu had found all this gold, and then it got stolen and hidden somewhere. So the whole series is them trying to find this gold because Sugimoto needs it to go get his dead friend's wife eye surgery in the United States. That's why he needs that money. But there's all these other factions that are also fighting for it too. It's great. You should just watch it. I'm blanking on like some of my favorite things from that series.
There's 4 seasons worth of content.
There are 4 seasons. I will say one of the things I really like about it is the languages are handled really well. So if you watch the sub and not the dub, I don't know how it is in the dub because I haven't seen it, but all of the Japanese characters speak in Japanese, obviously, but there's a lot of actual like Ainu words that are used. There's a lot of characters that speak that language, and some mild spoilers later on in the series. They end up going to Russia briefly, and all the Russian characters speak Russian, which is great. Also has probably one of the best villains of any anime that I've seen. I'm blanking on his name, but he has the mask guy. Do you know his name?
I used to because he's one of my favorites too.
Yeah,
it's been like
that
half
guy.
a year.
That guy. But basically, he's like the perfect mix of like intelligent and crazy.
The guy that I'd be happy to cosplay, but yet I don't know his name.
Yeah,
I got the phone now. You keep talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm going through the books.
That's one of those. It's like all the villains are really well done. The tone is really fascinating because it's like it's a very serious show, but there's also a bunch of dumb jokes every episode, and they spend an inordinate amount of time talking about food, and food and anime is just always a good mix. Really, they need to write a cookbook if one has not been written.
Please write a cookbook.
Some of that food
and translate it in English. Don't just write the cookbook.
Yeah.
Translate so we can make the food. It's Lieutenant Surumi.
Lieutenant Surumi. He's great. He's missing part of his skull. When he gets really angry, like brain juice leaks out from under it. It's great. Yeah, and Sugimoto as a character is really fascinating too because he's literally just too angry to die.
Cannot be killed.
Yeah. No, there's so many great set pieces in the show too.
Now, you got me into watching it. I've sadly not catched up to the current season. I got to watch the first season. I really enjoyed what I saw.
Yeah. Well, it's such a neat period, and it's not just like it's set in the period and it's just set dressing. Like the characters feel really connected to the world and everything that's going on at the time. Literally, probably every other episode, there's a flashback to the Russo-Japanese War, which is something that doesn't get covered in a lot of media, and it's a really interesting conflict. Unfortunately, we still have not gotten a flashback to watching the 2nd Pacific Squadron get oofed, but maybe we'll get one. I wouldn't put it past the author. They clearly did a lot of research. They care a lot about the setting and the time period.
Yes, the 2nd Pacific Squadron. What a fascinating, hilarious romp by the Russian Navy. Well, it's funny for us historians. It's not funny for those that were on board.
Yeah, nothing like sailing 30,000 kilometers and getting your ass kicked in the first battle you get into. Somebody needs to make a dark comedy movie about that, I'm telling you.
Taika Waititi, get on it.
He could do it. But yeah, so I think that's really all I have to say about that. Go check it out. It is on Crunchyroll. You can watch it for free if you wanted to. You can be watching it right now. But not right now, because you need to finish this episode.
Yeah, you have to listen to us talk.
All right, and back to Jess.
Okay, this is the last minute one that I thought up, but the Last of Us series came out this year.
Oh, yeah.
That was
It did come out
very
this year.
good. I did not play the game, so I didn't really know what I was going into. But I don't like zombies. I think it's boring and overused. But in this concept, it kept my interest. Like the entire series, every week I was like, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? And that's like the only series I've watched this year that has me like going back like that.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I played the original game, and I feel like they translated the story really well. They made some changes where they had to, understandably.
No Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm still pissed about Pittsburgh.
That is a little disappointing.
What do we do to you that's so wrong?
Our city finally was shown in a popular piece of media. It was like, I know there's others, but like
a popular piece of media in the 21st century.
Yes, yeah.
It's a lot of movies, just not a lot of new movies.
But yeah, no, it was really good. I agree. The zombies are handled very well in The Last of Us.
They're actually interesting looking.
Yeah,
like the whole fungus thing. Love that.
And like the way that they can kind of like communicate through the fungal web, and like there's some neat stuff there. Whoever the actress was who played Ellie was great. She embodied that character very
Ramsey,
well.
I think?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was just it was good stuff.
And Pedro Pascal, love that man.
Yeah, I mean,
he's so great.
Yeah, Pascal's good in everything.
Yeah, he had to do more than sit in a suit and behind a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they both seem to really enjoy working on it. Everyone seemed to enjoy working on it. I saw from the cast.
And it seems like the people that actually made the game being involved with the show production, it seems like everybody was really excited about the project.
Having the original creator, that helps.
Yeah.
It helps the thing be better.
Yeah, no, that definitely. When everybody's passionate about it, it comes together, it shows. I like some of the backstory stuff that talked about like how the infection started and spread, because I don't remember that from the game. It kind of just dropped you in. The first episode though, where it drops you into what was happening with Joel and his daughter and everything. Yeah. They nailed the opening of the game perfectly.
And like I'm excited for season 2, but I'm also scared because I know what happens.
Yeah, and that's why as much as I've heard good things about the show, I just personally can't watch it because all roads lead to the 5 Iron.
Yep, 5 Iron.
Huh?
Oh, do you not know what happens to?
Well, I know what happens to him. That's why I don't want to watch it.
That's why I say all roads lead to the 5 Iron.
Oh God. Because that's gonna destroy me when I watch it.
That is gonna be hard to watch.
I'm gonna sob my butt off.
Yeah. Oh, also the second episode was weird. I don't know.
What was weird?
Which one was
that? That was the one where it's like it was focusing on Bunker Dude and his lover for like 50 years.
That was a really good story, though.
It was a good story, but it felt really out of place in the general flow.
It did, but...
And to be fair, I was fine with him changing his character for the game. He's in it for one chapter of the game, and like, he's a crotchety prepper dude.
Yeah.
So like, it was an interesting direction to take the character, but I feel like it was spent too much time on it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because every other episode worked really well, but that one.
It was a little out of place.
Yeah.
But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know a lot of people did. It was very heartbreaking. Obviously, it's an apocalyptic show. Things are gonna be like that.
Yep.
But it seems more like a standalone in my opinion.
Yeah, like that was like it almost felt like it should have been like a spin-off, like
just like a one-off.
Which honestly, if they wanted to do like a spin-off series of vignettes, just looking at different people in the world,
that'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
Awesome.
I'd be on board for that.
Yeah,
that'd be something different.
More people need to do that.
More expanded universe of Last of Us.
Things.
Sure, I'm down for that.
Yeah, 100%.
Then we can get Pittsburgh.
Yes, please.
You have no excuses.
Give us what we want.
Give us what we want, or we rant online.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say riot, but
I'm too lazy for that.
Yeah, no, that was great. Hey, look, Killers of the Flower Moon, a movie I did not see this year. Anyways, where do we leave off? Who's next?
You are next.
Oh crap, I'm next.
I just talked about The Last of Us.
Do you need a prompt?
You're in a room with 4 items. One of them is potato chip. What do you do?
Based on that information, what are the other 3 items?
What's happening?
I have no idea.
We got our energy back.
Next on your list was Free Run.
Oh, Free Run, yeah. Let's talk about Free Run. Let's talk about something more normal. Yes. Free Run Beyond Journey's End came out this year and broke the My Anime List rankings. I don't know if you heard
Yes,
this.
I did see it. It beat...
Briefly, I don't know if it'll stay there forever, because it's been... Full Metal Alchemist fans are... Well...
They're insane, yeah.
Well, Full Metal Alchemist fans are Full Metal Alchemist fans are insane in a good way. They love their product. Full Metal Alchemist fanboys and fangirls, they're psychotic, and they have been known to destroy other anime's ratings just so they can stay at the top. And guys, there's better stuff too than Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's good, okay?
It's good. We're not disputing that. It's really good. It's one of the greatest anime of all time.
Other things out there.
But Free Run's really good too. Yeah, so Free Run came out and it's adapted a manga, and the short of the story is it's about a elf mage and what she does after the hero's journey. So the stereotypical hero's journey where the mage, the hero, the dwarf, and the priest all get together and they all go fight the Demon King. That already happened. Like 10 years, that we start at the end of that. They've come back, get their reward and everything. And she's just kind of like, okay, that happened. Oh, that comet. Oh, we can see that shooting star in a much better view. I'll be back in 50 years.
Yeah.
So she comes back in 50 years, and then is kind of stupefied to find that like the hero's party is aged 50 years, except her because she's an elf and can live for thousands of years. So it's her coming to grips with mortality and trying to set things right for not getting to know the hero's party as much as she should have, and trying to figure out, oh, maybe I should just stop and smell the roses type deal.
That sounds like a real tearjerker.
It really does.
Yeah. Well, there are tear-jerking moments, but honestly, it's a very lighthearted show. Surprising amount of heart to it, because she essentially builds her own team. So, because she is going to go back to where to defeat the Demon King, because she is told that if she goes back to the area, which is apparently the only place where the living world can blend into heaven.
Yeah.
That's the only way that she might be able to get to see Himmel the hero once more and apologize for not getting to know him. So she's basically retracing the footsteps of the original hero's journey with her own party of adventurers, which includes Fern, who is another mage that was taken in as an apprentice by Heiter, the priest from the original's hero's party. So Frieren takes Fern on as her own apprentice. And Ferns also has a very interesting understanding of the world. The priest is a lovely guy, but he also loves his alcohol. So there's like this line in the most recent one of the more recent episodes. She's like, "Oh, I thought the alcohol's like the nectar of the gods. It's a healing potion." and Freeman's like, "What did you do to Ryder?" So Ferns she's a really fun character, although she gets really cold-hearted really quickly in her teenage years, and everybody else in the party is trying to get her to soften up. Then Stark joins them, who's the hero for this new party, and Stark is a little bit of a dork, but he's a lovable guy. And then we just recently got Sen. I think his name's Sen. The most recent episode I've watched is episode 13. He just joined the party. He's the priest for the party, and he is even more of a tainted priest than Heiter was. It's great So that's all great. So that's the base of the plot of the story. It's it should sound so boring and basic. It's just this hero's journey, but with so much nuance and questioning mortality. And it's almost like a slice of life. Like certain episodes are just simply them going off to do this one simple task, and that's it. Evan Call is who does the music. And the reason I bring that up is Evan Call also did the music for Violet Evergarden, which came out a few years ago. And if you know, the music of Violet Evergarden was freaking awesome. It is equally awesome, if not greater, in Free Run. He is perfect for scoring a fantasy series. And it's so nice, and I know everybody said this, it's so nice to watch a fantasy series that's from Japan. That's not an isekai. It's a straightforward fantasy. This is more in line with Lord of the Rings than Sword Art Online.
Yeah, really, the only fantasy anime I've seen that isn't an isekai, I think, is probably Goblin Slayer.
So, Seven Deadly Sins.
I haven't seen that one.
That may have something to do with why myself and many others have universally adored the show thus far, just because it's a breath of fresh air. Like, oh my god, you're doing the normal fantasy thing, which nobody wants to do. Oh, look, world building for a normal fantasy.
And it is still airing right now, correct?
Yes, the first core is going to end next week, although it's only going to be a 1-week break for the holiday, and then the second core will come out starting January.
Nice,
it's 28 episodes, the full first season. Yeah, also Madhouse is the animating team behind this. Ooh. And many people are saying this is Madhouse's redemption arc.
Yeah. No, I've had it on my list. I've been waiting for the season to wrap up so I can kind of binge.
Definitely binge. It's lovely. I went through the first 8 episodes in one viewing. Mm-hmm. Just burned through it. So yeah, check out Freerun. Awesome show. Freerun's also just a hilarious character because she has certain. What do I want to say this? She has certain things that she focuses on in the world and doesn't care about other stuff. So her whole real quest is for payment. All she really wants is grimoires, and it's always grimoires with the most peculiar spells. Like a spell to make a potion that'll make clothes disappear. It's her hobby.
Well, we all need our hobbies.
So for people that think that she's pretty dull, oh no, she has a very devilish side, but it's very played straight. It's a very dry devil.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yep. So Freerun was great this year. Best anime of the year according to my anime list.
There you go. And if Mal has spoken, thus it shall be.
That's pretty surprising considering Attack on Titan finished.
Well,
Yeah.
we've all seen that one clip.
Still, it had a very dedicated fan base.
Boy, Incel Aaron was not on my.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never watched Attack on Titan. I know most of the major characters and major plot points because the internet just spoils it to death.
Yeah.
I know what you're referring to as well.
Yes.
I've seen the clips.
Yep.
It's just like, oh, this is a turn of character.
Yeah, well, and apparently everybody was saying, because I guess that's how, like, the manga ended. And everybody's like, oh, there's going to be, like, an anime-only ending. It's going to be, like, way better. And
No.
then they just went with that. Like, I watched Attack on Titan. I was
Just
never,
gives
like,
up on humanity.
yeah, like, I was never, like, big into it. But I can definitely see why people who maybe devoted 10 years of their lives to following the show, and now it's... That's how...
He gets doomer pilled.
I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those people, like, way back in the 2010s, when at high school, when it was, like 2014, 2015. That was my stuff. I was obsessed. I have vintage merch now from that day.
It's vintage now, yeah, that would be true. Like almost 10 years.
And
yeah.
I ended up reading the manga. I only seen like the first 3 seasons of the anime because then I kind of like was over it. But I know what happens. Meh.
Gosh, they stretched out the ending for like what?
Oh my gosh!
The final chapter, part 3, part A. Alright, well, I guess I'm next. So I've been watching, I actually finally caught up to this great little series by a YouTuber called A Fan with Too Much Time. And we've talked about this previously, I think, somewhere. It was something we recorded, I was talking about it.
Somewhere in the back rooms.
But, yeah, basically it's a series that combines Star Wars, the Warhammer 40k universe. There's a lot of series like it on YouTube, but, like, this one's special because the guy who's doing it apparently he's already mapped out the whole thing, so like he kind of knows where he wants it to go, and it's really good. All of the fight scenes are really well paced. He does really interesting things with the pre-established characters. He has some really cool like original characters he's added, and unlike a lot of the other crossovers where like 40k steamrolls Star Wars or vice versa, it's pretty evenly balanced. Like there are certain things that the Imperium does really well in this series that the Star Wars galaxy can't comprehend. There's a lot of things the Star Wars galaxy does that the Imperium is having trouble with. Currently, in the most recent episode, I can't remember what the number is. Basically, they've been fighting the same battle for the past 2 years of uploads, I think. And this whole battle's taking place over the course of a day, but it's just so many different perspectives that he keeps going to. Like, literally, it's like every important character from the Clone Wars is there. He's done a lot of really, like, neat stuff setting up, like, how this is going to diverge from the main Star Wars. Because apparently he has it planned out through the sequel era. So, like, Rey and Finn and everybody else are eventually going to be characters in this series, which is insane. So, yeah, if you're a fan of Star Wars and 40k, and you want just a really well-done crossover with some awesome fights and matchups and stuff, definitely worth a watch. And it's criminally underviewed. I think he only has, like, 35-ish thousand subscribers. Like, these episodes are, like, sub 100k views a piece, and it's a crying shame. It's some of the best, like, crossover fan fiction I think I've ever seen. And unironically, probably one of the best things that I've listened to in this entire year.
Man is doing the work of a whole studio.
He is. And, like, these aren't short episodes either. Some of these episodes are, like, almost 2 hours long plus. You know, there are some shorter ones in there, too. But, like, all the characters, I feel like, are very true to how the characters would be. I'm gonna spoil something here real quick, but getting to see Darth Sidious actually get into a fight with somebody and who's actually super powerful from the 40K universe. And you get to see how Sidious isn't just this evil mastermind lurking in the shadows. He's also an expert at lightsaber combat and all these different force combat techniques that we never get to see in the series. I think really ever lightly touched on in the books and things. So getting to see him kind of cut loose and actually fight somebody who was at his power level was awesome. Cool. Yes, definitely worth checking out. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. So
Back to me.
yes,
Yeah, back to you.
All right.
Oh, you're ready. Okay, cool.
This is a YouTube series.
The tube you.
So if you know the Backrooms, you'll know this guy,
I know
Kane
where we're going.
Pixels.
Yep.
He came out with another series called The Oldest View, and genuinely, that's some of the best story filmmaking I've seen.
Oh, it's great.
It's
It's
if
insane.
you listen to Kane Pixel in his interviews, it is some of the most proudest work for him.
Yeah, and the fact that he did all that and it's all computered, but you don't realize it is because it's just so well done. And this, I was hooked the whole time.
Oh yeah.
I love the Backrooms, but sometimes it gets a little overdone.
Well, and I think part 2 of The Oldest View, where it's literally just guy walks down staircase for 20 minutes,
It was so stressful.
is one of the most I'm not even joking. It is probably one of the most suspenseful sequences that I have seen in ever.
No, for real. My chest hurt the whole time.
The most exciting part of that 20 minutes is he rounded a corner and there were more stairs. And I'm not even saying
God,
that
not more.
ironically. It was genuinely terrifying.
So well done.
Yeah. And I like what you said about how you couldn't even really tell it was all computer.
No, yeah.
Because that's where Kane really excels. Because even his Backroom series, it's all pretty much in a computer, in
it looks
Blender,
so realistic, honestly.
And yeah, you really can't tell most of the time.
And he took a mall that's a dead mall, and he basically
I think it's
Put
in
it-
Texas, right?
It was. They
Like-
tore it down 2 years ago.
it's torn
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Darn. But and then I watched a real vlog about going through that mall, and it's spot on. It's insane how spot on it is. We got the Rolling Giant. Horrifying. Don't ever bump into that thing.
Wendigo learned the hard way.
I hope it died with the mall.
No, it's
No.
transcended. It's transcended to the digital age.
Well, did you see his newest video about The Oldest View?
No.
It was just a 2-minute. It was a montage of the Rolling Giant in the mall, real footage.
Yeah, real footage and
And,
photographs.
it ended with the giant being gone, but its cart was still there. So somebody must have taken it. I'm assuming.
It's somewhere out
Which
there.
means that the Rolling Giant could still exist.
to be
He's
right out
out
front of
there.
that door.
It's in the same government warehouse with the Ark of the Covenant and the Model 45A.
Not gonna lie, I'm gonna be trying to sleep tonight, and I'm just gonna think of the Rolling Giant being outsider.
Well, the good news is I don't think it could fit through any of the doorways in my house.
Okay,
So,
we're safe then.
Yeah, unless it spawns in.
Horrifying. And I'm a horror fan. Nothing scares me, but I don't know. Something about that, the stairs and then the.
Oh yeah, no.
Still good.
It's solid stuff.
Definitely look into it.
When Part 3 came out, it was just oh yeah, this is a 47-minute video that I just been making, dropping that down.
Drops a masterpiece.
While in the middle of working on an actual movie.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane how talented some people are.
Dude must not sleep. He must the meme text where it's 3 a.m. I get up, run a 10-mile marathon. It's 3:05. that must be his daily cycle. Is just constantly
Honestly,
making stuff.
He needs to make a daily routine. Things how does he live? How does he live?
Must be one of those people that can get by on 2 hours of sleep.
Not that.
See a main character of history.
He might be. He might be. We'll have to see.
He's already he's really young too.
Well, we already got money on Lord Miles being one of our generations.
Well, he is.
Yeah.
It's not an if
He was
anymore.
alive, which is great.
Yeah, he is alive. He did an interview with Count Dankula.
Yeah, we listened to it on the way home.
It was fascinating. The Talabros.
Oh my gosh.
That's a story for another day. Any better comments on The Oldest View?
Nope, just highly recommend it.
Yep, it's a good watch.
Avoid the Rolling Giant.
Don't let him get you.
It's too late. He's right behind you.
Oh no.
Well, I think we'll stay on the internet and talk about something. There was a little video that came out on the internet in October. It was called The Amazing Digital Circus. It was just this little thing that I didn't hear about until a month later. And then I thought,
In this very room.
Yeah, in this very room. We're just sitting here going for like, what can we watch? Can we watch this stuff? And the weird thing too was like an afternoon. It was like before I was going home. So we're there drinking like icy light. It was a very important. It was a life-changing moment in my life. A life-change. Wow. I'm not even drinking, guys, and I'm already slurring my words. The pizza's doing me in.
Yeah. It's the cocaine.
The cocaine pizza.
Yeah, the cocaine pizza. That's another story.
We watched Amazing Digital Circus. I didn't know about it till a month after it came out, and I didn't realize it was just the biggest animated pilot that ever dropped on the internet.
Yeah, it was like within a month it had like 14 million views or something.
Yeah, like Has-Been Hotel wasn't even that big in the first months.
Well, in my opinion, this blew Has-Been Hotel out of the water, like for my entertainment. I like the concept of Has-Been Hotel, but I'm going to tangent slightly. I know the series is coming out in January. I'm really not hyped for it. I am so just like, there's so much I can go wrong with this.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it's good.
I'm hopeful too. I want it to be good. Don't get me wrong, but I've been failed so many times, and I personally believe that I know it's harder to do it this way. Keeping all these indie shows, series, keeping all this indie media decentralized, while it might be much more harder to produce it. I feel that if you have a good fan base that's willing to give the hard-earned money, we're willing to wait.
Oh yeah,
we're willing to wait to see the product.
Oh yeah,
we're willing to. I'm more than happy to dump a bunch of money on a product that's being made through passion and not being processed through Amazon Prime. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just me personally.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's why I'm very nervous about what will come. But anyways, that's enough about Has-Been Hotel. Let's talk about the Amazing Digital Circus. And boy, if you've not seen it,
it's a ride.
Our main character, Pomni, well, that is her name going forward now.
Yeah, we don't know what her actual name is.
Yeah, we don't know what her name is. So Pomni gets uploaded into this like late 90s, like Windows 95 video game where you play like mini games in like a circus setting. That's what I'm assuming this is supposed to be.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, so she gets uploaded. And by it's isekai. She gets isekai. I guess Truck-kun hit her. I guess. I don't know.
Well, she got like SAO because she said she couldn't get the headset on.
Yeah, it was on SAO
yeah.
here. Yeah, so she gets uploaded into this game. She can't get out. She doesn't remember who she is, other than she shouldn't be in this game. And now she is stuck with a rogues gallery of other individuals that have been uploaded into the avatars of these characters in the game. And on one hand, it is ridiculously hilarious. What was the name of the circus guy? His name.
The teeth and eyeballs guy.
Yeah, teeth and eyeballs guy. One of the most freakiest designs I've ever seen.
He's a funny character.
He is a funny character.
He seems like the type that can go like horribly evil.
So the creator apparently said that he's not.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Oh, Kane. It was Kane, right?
Kane. Yep.
Which
not to be confused with Kane Pixels.
Two very different.
Wow, there's a lot of Kanes going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she gets Pomni gets uploaded. It's told by Kane that, yep, you're trapped here. You get to play my games now. Let's have some fun while it lasts, type deal like that. Not like evil games, like ridiculously hard games to keep your brains occupied.
Yeah.
I think that's the point of a lot of his games, is just so they don't think about the existential dread that they're trapped in this video game and cannot escape and don't remember their names. Anyways,
yeah.
So the existential dread seeps in pretty quickly. So it's one of them on the surface. Oh, this is cutesy, and then we go to Eldritch Horror very quickly when it's learned that if you go insane in this world, that you can't handle being in the digital world, you become corrupted. They have a term for it. There was a lot going on in this episode, guys.
For being like, what, 25 minutes?
Yeah,
like
25 minutes. There's so much lore being put in there, so much humor, and it's actually done without it being force-fed. Like, there's no point I'm like, oh, they're info dumping, so this gets picked up. So yeah, what they get, what's it like called? They get turned into a Lovecraft creature, digital Lovecraft creature. Yep. We'll call it that. And they basically are being chased by this digital Lovecraft creature, and also having to deal with another Lovecraft creature that's in the basement.
Yeah, but Kane made that one.
Yeah, Kane made that one. Yeah, this two-mouthed
thing,
worm thing.
Oh my gosh.
Weirdly enough, voiced by Luna.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, that was weird. So the Has-Been Hotel diatribe sort of came back. Mm-hmm. So yeah, 25 minutes, pilot, ridiculously great animation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the best animation I've seen all year.
Well, and it plays up the fact that they're in like a glitchy 90s computer game, because stuff just glitches out all the time, and like you have odd objects like clip through the floor
Yes.
and like or the models
Very
get, like,
relatable.
stretched out. Like it's very
Also,
very
I think there's a
well
lot of on the nose references to other video games in this.
Mm-hmm.
I was picking up. There's a whole segment where it's basically Stanley Parable, where
Yeah.
Pomni's just trying to go through these doors and
Oh,
shit.
man. Another good use of making things stressful.
Liminal space.
Oh yeah, Pomni does go to the back rooms at one
Yeah,
point.
she goes. That's what I said about the Stanley Parable.
And it ties back to Kane too, because Kane made the.
Yeah, because Kane's like, oh well, you've been wanting to find this exit, and I wanted to give you something, but I didn't know how to end it. And then there's also the void.
Oh yeah, the void.
Yeah. Oh, and did you know that there's the advert, like when they're in the diner, or they're in like, the restaurant, and there's like an advert that comes on about his watch. If you go to that website, there is an actually in-universe website for it. Like,
really?
in real life, yeah. Yeah, they've set it up and everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and also I've also discovered that they're making plushies for this. There was this wonderful like advert they made of Plushie Pomni and Plushie Jack just being thrown into insane situations by Kane.
Yep.
With the voice actors, no less. Which is just
That's
chef's
glorious.
kiss.
I love that.
Yeah.
Which I may or may not be ending up with those plushies.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll give you my money.
Oh, and when I mean a Pomni plushie, I mean Pomni with the existential dread face. Because they knew what they were
as
The
it should
only
be.
way to market her.
So, yeah, Amazing Digital Circus. Everybody's talked about it. You may be getting tired talking about it. I'm not tired about talking about it. It's got to be made into a full series.
100%.
Jeez.
I really just want this to be kept crowdfunded. Here, take my money. Here, I'm going that back. You want this? Go. Make it.
I feel like that's pretty much the case with all of the indie stuff on our list. Just like, give them money.
Yeah, we're fine to give you money.
Yeah.
I know that it costs a lot. We will give you a lot. If we all pull together as a team, we
I mean,
will
there's
make this work.
millions of fans
Yeah.
at this point, so.
With Amazing Digital Circus, this is not wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
That's that.
I can't speak.
So I'm going to stay on YouTube. This will be a relatively quick
Wow,
one.
we've been the whole round.
Yeah.
staying on YouTube.
So there is back in the day, picture if you will, it's like 2007, and you're on YouTube, and you're watching Lego Minecraft, or not Lego Minecraft, Lego stop motion animation.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
classic, whatever. So a lot of those animators from back in the day have disappeared off the platform. You haven't uploaded in years. There's one guy that still does really good stop motion, and they're actually funny, and it has a storyline that goes from episode to episode. That is Pants a Hat.
Yeah.
That's the name of his channel. He uploads probably once every couple months, but his videos, they're like 3 minutes long. They're amazing. He started out just doing the standard Lego stop motion. Then he started adding in like action figures and toys from other
It's
lines.
become a whole lore now.
No, there's a whole lore with like this very colorful cast of characters, and they get into situations. But the most recent one is they were going to the movie theater, and
was it like my experience at AMC?
no, well basically one of the newer characters, I can't remember her name, but she was one guy. She wanted to go on a date with the one guy, but one guy's like, well, my lifestyle coach has to come with me, who is the Bionicle.
Yeah, I know who that
professional-
is, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so they go, and basically the whole thing is like Bionicle guy's trying to get her kicked out so that he can be at the theater alone with the dude, because he doesn't want her third wheeling on bro night out at the cinema, as it were. But it's really funny, and he actually, what I've liked is he started leaving in his voice actors like genuine reaction to his script. Like they'll say something and they'll start cracking up about it, and he'll actually animate the lips moving and just leave it in the episode. It's freaking great. So yeah, not a whole lot to say there. Shorter videos, you can probably watch all the ones that he has uploaded in the afternoon if you wanted to. Definitely recommend. It's a lot of fun.
During our John Brown Sacred Pilgrimage, the John Brown Isekai Pilgrimage.
Yes.
There will be more episodes, by the way. I legit completely forgot last week. Like, I was sitting there Saturday like, oh yeah, I was supposed to do that Friday. And then I didn't do it this week because, well, we had the Hunger Games discussion, so I'm like, that covers that. But then if we come back, we just watched like an hour's worth of Pants and Hats. That was part of that pilgrimage, just watching Pants and Hats.
That was glorious.
It was glorious.
All right.
You're up.
Right. I'm doing an actual television show. The newest season of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, season 16.
Wow, it's still going.
It went back to its roots. It was so good. They had all of like the earlier seasons. Like, my favorite episode from this season is Frank shoots every member of the gang. because if you know the show,
I have
Frank
no
is always
context for this,
blasted.
by the way.
And he does, in fact, shoot every member of the gang at least once in these episodes, and you just haven't seen his gun in a few years, I guess. Someone was like, an old friend, and then there was also Chuck E. Cheese, the parody thing, where they went to like a Chuck E. Cheese, but it was like not because that's copyrighted. But they find out that the animatronics have been like kapooted, so they're like, oh, we gotta find them, and they find the animatronics, and they end up like almost killing everyone in the building.
The
Great.
animatronics or the cast?
The cast.
Oh, okay.
And then the last episode of the season was all about Dennis. Dennis is quite a character. He psychotic, but they all are in their own ways. And this is all about him taking a mental health day. And I watched Family Guy, so I didn't miss a single second of this freaking episode.
Wow.
Do you know how painful watching Family Guy is? It is. I'm sorry.
Get to this moment.
I'm sorry, but it ended up being like a surrealist like commentary about like just Tesla.
About Tesla?
About Teslas.
About Nikola Tesla or the car Tesla?
The car.
Okay.
The muskrat.
Was the Cybertruck there?
No, but I listened to the Always Sunny podcast, and he, based on a real experience of him, this Tesla losing signal in a parking garage and him not being able to get back into it at all because he can't use his cell phone to get in, and he ended up having to get like his car towed out. So it was referencing that, but
accurate depiction.
such a great season,
Pretty much.
such a great show. They're going for another one, season 17.
Oh wow.
Yep. And I'm looking forward to it. If you haven't watched Always Sunny and you like dark humor or crude humor, it's such a great show. Such a great show. That's it.
All right. That's all I got. Give me the list.
I'm like, I don't know.
Next up is Super Mario Bros.
Who says I have to go down the list?
Oh, alright. Well, you can pick whatever you want.
We were picking all over the place. Who said we were going down the list?
Who put Super Mario Bros?
I was going down the list.
Well, we were rambling. I put it down.
Okay.
I guess if we all want to, we could talk about Super Mario Bros. Did we all see it?
I haven't seen it.
I
You guys
saw
talk
it.
about it.
Okay,
But
we could talk about
I'm
it.
just gonna say Super Mario Bros. From the 90s way better.
Yeah, fair enough.
That-
Yeah, that
aged.
movie gets a weird rap for being awful. I
I
actually
liked
really,
it.
I thought
I
it was
liked it.
enjoyable, but like,
Batshit hilarious.
I mean,
well, that's why it was enjoyable.
yes.
Yeah.
I literally
It's one of them. It wasn't made for that generation.
no, and we literally
Is-
watched it on YouTube in like 4 pixels. I
Yeah.
still was thoroughly entertained, cracking up the whole time.
Yeah, we couldn't find anywhere else, so we watched the bootleg on YouTube that was in like 180p.
So like now I need to buy the actual movie, but Chris Pratt as Mario.
Chris Pratt as everything.
Oh, Always Sunny connection. Charlie from Always Sunny played Luigi,
There you go.
and he was fantastic.
So, was Jack Black the best part of that movie? That seemed to be what everybody was saying.
Yeah, the
Basically.
Yeah.
peaches. No, low key, that was on my playlist for like 3 months.
Yeah, it was great until you hear it for the umpteenth time. And the meme's not
TikTok really took off with that one.
the meme's not just dead. The meme is at the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
Well, TikTok beating a dead horse, I could never comprehend.
They never do that.
The movie was great. It did what it needed to do, was make a fun hour and a half, colorful picture to the kids, and parents could go both enjoy.
There you go.
I felt my money was well spent. Getting to have some nice movie theater popcorn. I didn't go to the AMC theater for this one. I got to see it at my local movie theater, which I was very proud.
Oh, there
My
you
local theater, they don't tend to play the films I want to watch, which I understand why, because they're trying to appeal to a mass audience, so they're trying to get the biggest crowds in to make most money. It's a one-room theater, so I understand. So I went to see it. I enjoyed it. I don't think there was nothing wrong with it. I think it's good, and I think this could have started something great with Nintendo animated films. I'm looking forward to all the more ideas that can come from this. But I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't do anything groundbreaking.
No.
Like it's Super Mario Brothers the movie. It is what it said. I can't complain. Thankfully there was no swerve. I actually shouldn't have complained out there being no swerve or bait and switch. This was straightforward. Yep, this is what it said it was gonna be. All right, good. please stop casting Chris Pratt in every
He's
voice role.
playing Garfield, and I'm never gonna get over that. He does not
And
change
please
his
stop
voice.
making us hate Chris Pratt. We like Chris Pratt.
That's
He's a
Star
great
Lord.
actor.
Yeah.
That's Star-Lord.
But-
That's Star-Lord.
There are other people.
You know, I'd be more okay with it if he changed his voice for roles, you know, like a voice actor does. But no, it's just, oh yeah, it's Chris Pratt.
Well, I think that's the problem with a lot of anime movies now is they don't actually get voice
Lego
actors.
Movie 2 already made the joke about Chris Pratt being everything.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
You've passed the moment of parody. You gotta stop.
Yeah, no, a lot of the anime movies, they don't really cast actual voice actors anymore, which is a shame. They are like, oh, celebrities will get more people in here.
Yeah, it's like
And
a
they
completely
ran with
different,
that.
completely different field. Like there's so much different stuff that you need as a voice actor than as an actual actor, like physical actor. Like, yeah.
I had a juvenile giggle come out of me when Thunderstruck started playing. And Toad just rides out in a giant frog.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's like, yes, all of our teenage brains had this song play in our head when we were playing Super Mario Kart on like Nintendo DS.
Yep.
We've all been there.
Super Mario Kart Wii, that's most angriest I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
That's so... Connor used to...
How many consoles did you lose?
I did not used to cheat. Hold on. I won those races legitimately. I will not take this slander.
I don't understand. Because I play with everyone else, I get first place. I play with you, literally second place every stinking time. He can't be that good.
Conspiracy man!
Look, I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. Skill issue.
He was a blue shell hoarder. He waited
Yep.
till the last second to use that blue shell, then passed me.
That's what you have to do. You gotta strategize. Those are resources. You gotta use them sparingly.
Yeah, well, I was like 7, and I was not having a good time, and I never broke a Wii remote, but I threw a lot of them during these games.
Yeah.
Anyway. Good game, though.
Yeah. Alright, to me. So, this is a bit of a weird one. Renfield. That was a movie that happened.
Oh, yeah, Nick Cage.
Yeah, Nick Cage playing Dracula, which, of course, Cage was great. He always is.
Behold the cage and all of his caginess.
But yeah, it was a really interesting movie in the sense that basically... How do I want to describe it? Basically, it follows Renfield, who's like Dracula's familiar, who's like taking care of Dracula as he recovers from their last fight, wherever that was. But basically, he's like the unpaid intern for Dracula. Like, he's got to like bring him bodies and like, you know, get the police off his tail and everything. And like, he's just really depressed and burned out. And so he starts going to like a self-help group that's like, you know, you matter, like...
You're in a toxic relationship.
You're in a toxic relationship with your boss, and you need to, like, set down some ground rules. Like, so it's weird in the sense that, like, it could just be, like, a standard, like, guy dealing with depression and sucky job movie, but it's with Dracula. So, like, you know, Renfield ends up getting involved.
It's 21st century.
It's 21st century, like, he ends up getting involved in, like, there's like, a drug cartel that, like... ends up teaming up with Dracula at one point, and Renfield teams up with this cop lady. But, like, he's trying to, like, reinvent himself, so he starts wearing, like, sweaters, and he repaints his apartment so it's all bright, and he's got, like, the motivational posters up everywhere.
No.
And then Dracula shows up in a support group and kills everybody.
That was hilarious.
It was really funny, actually. And they end up beating Nick Cage to death in a hilarious montage. But yeah, no, overall, like, I really don't have more to say about it than that. It was a movie. I thought it was kind of fun. I don't know if I'd watch it again, but it's worth a watch if you haven't seen it.
And you're a fan of Nick Cage.
If you're a fan of Nick Cage, if you got to complete your Nick Cage film list, that is a movie that is on it.
A movie that is a movie.
Well, you just listened to the sounds of myself and my co-host ramble about the good movies and products of 2023. That was in December of the previous year, and I am now speaking to you in the beginning of January of the current year, and by the time this is uploaded, it'll actually be February. boy, where did the time go? So, thank you for listening to the first half of our belated 2023 in review, and believe it or not, there is a second installment that'll come out in the near future, a companion piece to this. If you enjoyed listening to us ramble about all the good products that came out in 2023, be sure to hit the like button down below. And tell you what, if you're listening right now, I want you to write comment in the comment section below. That way we know that you're as crazy as the rest of us. And we do sincerely appreciate supporting and following us on the heterochroMEDIA podcast. We'll see you next time!